Your expression.
This is the Nana Yaya Show. Hello, greetings, beautiful people. My name is Nana Yaya. The year 2022 has come to an end. And on this note, I want us to look forward into 2023, 2024, and 2025 and beyond. There are a whole host of lessons that I learned this year, and every year brings with it its challenges and its successes. It's been a wonderful year full of challenges and successes. 4 years and ongoing, still doing, interviews, talking to people. And I'll say I'm very gracious to those who have said yes to those interviews, and gracious to those who are upcoming to say yes to, having conversations with me. Wisdom comes from talking to people and having experience as such, and also reading around. So 2023, what does it look like on the Nana Yaya show? And I hope that as it's looking, great for me, you also have a great 2023 and be able to navigate and overcome your challenges. The first lesson I learned with this, doing interviews and everything is that you are going to get a whole lot of no's and a few yeses. And those yeses, never take them for granted. It's people dedicating their time and saying, this is my experience, I'm going to share it with you. So most definitely, yes. So do not be deterred by the no's, go with the yeses. And as you build, gradually people also come to you and you get better. Be good to people. Be good to people because you never know where your next help will come. And the law of success, the law of karma also denotes that. It's in giving that you receive in. I'm not saying take everything of yours and go give it away, but in giving, however that you give, you can volunteer, you can give monetary gifts if you are able. You can dedicate your time as a listening ear to the person who needs to listen to it. It's in giving that you're receiving. So find a way that you can give without giving too much of yourself to it. But then there is an equal also return. So remember Newton's third law of motion, and the biblical saying in giving you receiving, the law of karma, the law of cause and effect. That is the Newton's law. So it is in giving that you receiving. The other lesson I learned is do not be afraid to ask. Do not be afraid to ask. If you do not ask, you will not know what the answer is. It's either a yes or a no. That is what I always say. And then you are pointed to the right direction by those that can. And sometimes if you get a no, it's just because people don't know. I have come to realize that people are so steeped in boxes and they are very tunnel minded and visioned that when it says no, they think the no is just the no, and then that is it. But you and I know that there's always a way around something. There are always answers to be had. So hearing a no from one person does not automatically mean that somebody else will say a no to you. I will also, those that know me would say I don't go to church, or as I said, I'm a spiritual person, and somebody sent me a saying that demons are spiritual. Most definitely, spirituality is a broad band. Yes, demons also are spiritual. Witchcraft is spiritual. How do you call it? Jesus is also a spiritual. I am not, you know, saying one person has to be this way, has to be this way. Absolutely not. To each their own, and you keep it. I know what works best for me, and that is where I stay. In that case, I am going to tell you that your prayers work. Your prayers and positive intentions, when you put it out to the universe or to God or to the creator, whatever systems of worship that you use, it works. sometimes very quickly that you get a little bit overwhelmed with the answer, but you got to be ready for those answers you've prayed for, because when they come, you got to take it, otherwise you lose it. Don't be one of those who is praying for success, praying for opportunities, praying for instance, a relationship, and when that particular relationship chances to occur, because it's not in their dreams exactly what they are planned for, then they lose that opportunity. So when you pray, expect an answer, and when the answer comes, you will know. My channel has grown incrementally, and how it's grown incrementally, and everybody that knows this business and everybody that understands the law of success and everything will tell you, you got to be dedicated and you got to be persistent in it. It's a lot of dedication, a lot of persistence, and a lot of investment into bringing you interviews on the Nana Yaya show. Still in the baby steps. There's still a lot to be done, but irrespective of that, I say I'm very, very grateful and I'm thankful, and I know it's going to get better and better and better. And so, if you are with me, either here in Canada, in Ghana, in other places coming up very soon that this show will be, and my personal giving to community will be enacted. I i i plead with you, I plead with you, I implore you to support to support this channel to grow to where it needs to be. There's a lot of work to be done in the world, in the universe, and I'm giving my part to it. But to give that part to it, I also need your support to do that. Life is amazing. Life is beautiful. Take great care of your health. Your health matters. Without good health, you cannot do it. And trust me, on my verge, in my intentions to keep my health, it's not easy, but the rewards are worth it. And I can attest to rewards that, um, are healing, have a healing effect, both mentally, psychologically, and physically. It is rewarding. So I'll say, take great care of your health. You have only one health and you have only one body. You cannot go to the store to change it. So take great care of it. Take great care of your body, the foods you eat. Take great care of the kind of things you read, the books you read, or the images you allow yourself to see, and the people that surround you. uh, if I keep going, I will be going and going and going. But these are the few, tidbits that I have for you, the few advice that I have incrementally garnered from, psychologists, like psychologists that have been on my show. Dami Ajayi, a psychiatrist. He's a psychiatrist and an author. Find that balance. His balance is in the literary circles, writing poetry, music, commentary, and everything. Find your balance. It is important. My balance is having these needed conversations with you. My balance also include writing. So when you look at the book there, Roots of a Woman, when you go to amazon.ca, it is on Amazon. Support a sister, and various other works that are coming out, you know. So find your balance. Read a good book. And I cannot tell you which book you have to read, but if you want to develop yourself, if you want to have a financial success, you can Google, how do I become financially independent? Google will bring you a whole host of books, from the old ones such as The Richest Man in Babylon, to newer ones, sort of like Chris Hogan's, um, Wealthy Millionaires. So there are a whole host of books that you can read. Untethered Soul and Um, there are many books. I can't just go off the top of my head, but there's also one that I'm looking at. John C. Maxwell also has a whole host of books that are encouraging on leadership. Yes. One thing I also say is I learn to ask questions. Learn to ask questions, and in asking questions, you get answers. Look for that information, you will find it. And if you don't, find somebody who you think you know. And if they don't, they will refer you to the other person who thinks they know. I am not an expert, but I definitely know a little bit of something from my years of talking to people and everything. Follow that intuitive thing that you have. Some call it a sixth sense, some of us call it intuition. Each one of us have it, but we are often so doubtful about that. Follow that and see where it may lead you. My name is Lanaya Yabwa. If you have not followed me on my channel, please do so. Likewise, there's a video I did on Akan words in Jamaican patois that has a life of its own. I would like to say thank you to those who are making that video go viral or going wherever that it's going. I really do appreciate you and I thank you very much. Have a blessed day.